EDC, what bags I like, favorite bag features, how to start YouTube videos, film questions in general. And yeah, as you can see, it's time for another Q&A, and I have asked you on Instagram at YouKnowTheBow to ask me some questions so I can answer them in this video. Let's start with the first question. What useful tech items do you carry around? The most tech item that I always carry around is my phone, which is the LG G6 with a Quadlock mount on it. I would love to upgrade to a Note 9, but that price is pretty intense, so I don't know if I can actually get it. Yeah, that would be the tech item that I carry around the most. And the tech items that I carry for work are my MacBook Pro, my Poco 3 mechanical keyboard, and my Logitech MX Master mouse. Those are probably the most used tech items that I carry on a day-to-day basis. And the next question, also in the EDC kind of world, do you have any minimalist items that you use on a daily basis? Example, smart key holder, backpack, etc. My minimalist, I don't know if you could call it actually minimalist, but it keeps everything rather minimalist. It's the Orbit key. It's a key organizer that stores all my keys and actually also a USB stick and a small little multi-tool, which I don't use that often because I also carry a Swiss Army knife. But yeah, I have a review of that Orbit key in the info tab above. Check it out, it's a really cool way to keep your keys organized. Is there an EDC update video in your future plans? It would be great. My EDC hasn't changed that much, but I currently gather a lot of new items that I could add to my EDC or switch some stuff around. I'm currently, trying to get a hold of all that stuff, and then I will make another EDC, upgraded EDC video, because I would say 80% of my EDC at the moment hasn't changed, so you can see it in the info tab above. And yeah, I hope I can get all that stuff together soon so I can make this new video. Will you ever do a German video with English subtitles? Probably not, because according to my analytics, I think 90% of my viewers are outside of Germany, so I guess I will stick to English. Are you planning on doing any more travel tip videos in the future? Yes, I'm definitely planning to do more travel tip videos, but for that I need to travel, to be quite honest. I have been doing small business trips to Berlin, but those trips don't really grant any travel tips that are new or are different than the ones that I have done so far. Check out the travel tips in the videos in the info tab above. As soon as I will do some more vacation and travel some more, I will definitely think of some more travel tips. What would you say is the best way to start a new YouTube or Instagram account about EDC, backpacks, etc.? Well, that is a very difficult question because I myself am still struggling a lot with all this YouTube stuff. To be quite honest, I don't know the answer to that. I would recommend just to start out and try to create a video, because with the first few videos you first need to figure out what you want to do, how to do it, and then more importantly to get comfortable in front of the camera. And I'm still struggling with it, to be in front of the camera and speaking freely. That is the most difficult thing that you need to get some experience with, to just talk to the camera, especially looking into the camera rather than to a monitor. I have the benefit of not having a monitor on the camera, so I need to just look at the lens. I would say just start out, just try to make some videos and try to figure out what you want to do and how to do it and get comfortable with that. And then just continue doing that, continue improving on that. Growing a channel isn't that easy nowadays. So I would say just start out, start with the items that you already have. instead of buying stuff. And by that I mean the equipment. Start with filming with your phone, for instance, and also with the items that you want to review. So start with a multi-tool that you already have, a bag that you already have, and go from there. And then create videos that you like. Are you planning on designing a bag? You should think about it and team up with Packhacker. Yeah, I feel very honored and flattered that so many people have asked me lately if I would design or create a backpack. But I think of myself like, if you think about film critics, those people know which movies are good or which are bad, but they wouldn't just go out and make a movie by themselves or be a director. And I think of myself in a similar way, that I know which bags I like, which features I would like to have, which bags are good or bad. But I'm not a designer. I don't know how to create the bag or which fabrics to take, what stitching to use and stuff like that. But for now, I think one of my biggest wishes would be to take a bag that I really like and have like a Ismono edition of that bag with features that I like, a couple of changes, a different colorway or something like that. And maybe whenever I reach 100K subscribers, maybe a cool company that I also like would be up to do a limited edition of a Ismono version. And in regards to Packhacker, I would definitely want to do something like a collaboration of designing something. Tom and I are always like in communication, and we talk about what's going on at the moment with bags. So that would be awesome to do. And if you don't know Packhacker, check it out. The channel is awesome. Lots of good stuff regarding bags. Highly recommend it. And don't forget to subscribe him as well. What MacBook do you use, and do you recommend macOS for work purposes? In December 2017, I upgraded my 2016 or 2015 MacBook Pro, that was the last version with the SD card reader, to the MacBook Pro with the touch bar. And to be quite honest, that was a terrible upgrade. The MacBook is faster, but not that much that I really needed an upgrade. It is lighter and it is thinner, which makes it very easy to carry around. But I don't use the touch bar. The Mac for some reason crashes a lot with Adobe Premiere, which is probably more the fault of Adobe rather than the MacBook, but on my old MacBook it rarely crashed. I have to carry around lots of dongles because it is USB-C, and the keyboard isn't that great. Yeah, it wasn't the best upgrade, to be quite honest. But I need to work on the MacBook Pro or on the Apple ecosystem because I use Apple ProRes, or rather the majority of the film or commercial film industry here in Germany all use a lot of Apple ProRes codecs, which is a very high quality codec, and you can use Apple ProRes on PC, but you only can decode it. So basically you can read it, but due to licensing issues, you can't encode or create Apple ProRes files on the PC. Apple just won't give out that license for obvious reasons. So I personally, as a video creator, as a film editor, need to stay on the Apple platform. And I would wish that Apple would come around and work on their Pro lineup a little bit more and a little bit better, because to me all the machines that are labeled Pro are far from being actually Pro, in my humble opinion. Do you use paracord or heat shrink on paracord for bags with bad zippers? As you can see from that image, I have already bought paracord and heat shrink tubing because I am working or planning to do a tutorial on creating custom zippers, which I have to start working on. But yeah, it is in the works and I want to try it out, and then I will create a tutorial on that. When can we get an update about the patch? Looking forward. So I probably need to explain that question a little bit. I have a Patreon. You can see it in the description below or in the end card. I started the Patreon to support this channel, and all the earnings from that Patreon will go directly into this channel, but also I want to create some custom morale patches. And for that there is a goal of 80 euros per month. And I highly thank all the Patreons that already are supporting this channel. As soon as that goal is reached, I want to create some custom morale patches, which are kind of like merch for this channel, but I really want to design some patches that aren't just like saying Ismono or something like that, but rather be something that you can use. I want to really make something that can be used by you, customized by you, and yeah, I don't want to give away too much. I have that thought in my head. I'm still designing it. I'm not a graphic designer, so I'm currently thinking about maybe paying someone to design that. And as soon as the goal is reached on Patreon, I want to create those patches. The ones that I want to make some PVC morale patches. Depending on the amount that I order, they will be of course more expensive or cheaper. And what I have seen is now that they are to make around 10 euros per patch, which is of course quite a lot for a small morale patch. So I really want to get this Patreon going, and as soon as I have reached that goal, I will create, I don't know, depending on how many people are really interested in that, and hopefully or maybe find a designer who can help me a little bit with that. And yeah, that's basically what I want to do and where we are at the moment. So these are actually two questions: clamshell opening or top loader, and then another one: what are the 3 things you look on a bag regardless of the brand and look? So I think many of you who watch my videos on a regular basis know that I always prefer clamshell opening backpacks because they are just so easy to load and unload, and you can just find your stuff very quickly rather than digging through a deep black hole, which is a top loader. I don't dislike top loaders as long as I can find all my stuff. So if the interior is very bright and the opening is very big, then I don't mind them, but I always prefer clamshell opening backpacks. For instance, the Attitude Supply ATD1, which I actually still like quite a lot, is a hybrid of those two. It is a roll top, top loading backpack, but also has a clamshell opening. By that, yeah, you get basically the best of 2 worlds, like packing and unpacking very easily with the clamshell, but also expanding the bag via the roll top. So yeah, the Attitude ATD1 is pretty good in that regard. And the 3 features that I always look in a bag are the clamshell opening. To me, that is very important. The next important feature to me is a good quick access compartment. On a day-to-day basis, I don't use a quick access compartment that often, but to me, a quick access compartment is important as soon as you travel, because when you go through the TSA security check, you can just drop your wallet, keys or phone into that quick access compartment without worrying about it being stolen while it is in those open boxes that go through the X-ray. And the third thing that I think is very important, or not very important, but rather I really like, is 2 organizational compartments in the lid, like on the Gorok for instance, where you have 2 compartments, or on Heimplanet also. Because in those compartments I usually store all the small items and I really like seeing them through the mesh compartment. Yeah, I use that quite a lot actually. Must-have motorcycle accessory. To me it's probably the Quicklook mount, or rather a phone mount in general, because I usually ride with some kind of navigation system. Either it is Google Maps if I need to get somewhere, but 95% of the time I rather use either the Kalimoto app or the Navigon Cruiser app, which unfortunately is not being sold or in development anymore. And with those apps you can basically tell the app, okay, I want to ride for 100 kilometers, please give me a round trip, and then it will calculate a round trip of an overall length of 100 kilometers, and it will try to give you the best and most fun streets. And for that I need a phone mount, and currently I'm using the Quicklook mount and I'm testing the Quicklook RAM mount accessory, which you can see here. And yeah, it's basically an accessory that you mount on your phone and then you can attach the phone quick and easy to your handlebars. Do you plan to test the Givi Tanklock system on your MT-07? I don't know yet. I don't want to use a Tanklock system on my bike because I don't want to attach anything more on my bike, to be quite honest, because to me the bike is rather considered to be something that I'm really passionate about and that is more fun related rather than being a commuter vehicle. So I actually want to keep the bike as, let's say, pretty as possible, and I don't want to attach too many things to it. But if that Givi tank bag is easily to attach and detach without modifying my bike too much, I might take a look. Overall, I want to do some more motorcycle related videos in the future. Actually, I'm going to test my very first racing bike or liter bike next week. So I'm pretty excited to do that, and I will make a video about that. So just like my watch reviews, doing some motorcycle related reviews, but from a beginner's perspective. And yeah, that's what's coming up next. So lots of motorcycle related stuff is coming as well. But of course, I will stick to all the bag related and EDC related items as well. Okay, that was the Q&A, and I'm sorry if I wasn't able to answer your question. There were a lot of questions. Yeah, I want to do that more often. I know that my last Q&A has already been a month away, and maybe I'm going to do a live stream as well in the future again. If you have any more questions, please comment below. I will try to answer them in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell icon so you won't miss next videos. Thank you very much.